Today I'm here to talk about something a little bit different. For you guys that followed me, you guys know that I usually just talk about my weight loss journey, but today we're going to switch it up a little bit. If you guys checked out my first video, you know that I mentioned a little bit about trying to conceive and infertility. And if you haven't, I'm going to leave a link in the description box so you guys can go and check that out. But like I said, I mentioned a little bit about having trouble getting pregnant. It took about 1.5 years for us to get pregnant, and we didn't get pregnant by ourselves. We actually used something. So I'm making a video to tell you guys what I used to get pregnant after infertility without going to specialists, without spending a lot of money because we didn't have any. So I was looking for a way to get pregnant that was in our reach and that it was gonna really work. So let me tell you a little bit about my story first. Sorry. So me and my husband, we've been together for about 7 years. We got married when we were dating for about 4. And as soon as we got married, we decided that we wanted to have kids. About 5 months into our marriage, we decided that we want to start trying to conceive. And we were never wondering if we were going to have problems or if we were going to struggle to get pregnant. We just thought, I mean, it didn't even go through our heads that maybe it was going to be hard for us. We were just like, we want a kid and it's going to happen. But it didn't. After 6 months, people kept on telling me, just keep trying. It's going to happen after a year, or after 6 months. But it didn't happen after 6 months. And then they told us, just keep trying. If it doesn't happen after a year, then go to a specialist. And we kept on trying. After the year, it still didn't happen. I was super frustrated. I was sad with myself. I just couldn't think of anything else. Everything I saw, I related it to a baby, to wanting a baby. So it was a really stressful moment for me. About 1 year and 3 months of trying to conceive, a family member of mine in Mexico told us that after 3 years of trying for her, she actually used some shots called Cuerpo, amarillo. They're progesterone shots, and they're translated to yellow body shots. They're like vaccines. You get them in your booty. And she told me that she used that after 3 years of trying and that it actually worked for her and she got pregnant with twins. I didn't actually believe it. I was like, maybe she just got lucky. I don't know. After trying everything you could imagine, if someone would tell me, go and try this, and if it wasn't my reach, I would run and go get it and try it. I would try anything anyone told me, but when she actually told me I got pregnant with twins, it actually helped. After 3 years, I didn't really believe it, but I wanted to try it either way. So a cousin of mine went over to Mexico and he brought me the shots. They come in little like glass, they're like glass bottles. They're tiny, but they come 6 in a pack, and you're supposed to get 1 shot each night for 6 days. And he brought him to me, and a lady that knows how to give shots in the booty, she came to my house, and she also knew how to massage the ovaries and the stomach. And I had an accident like 6 months before that. I fell down the stairs and my back was always hurting. My back always, when I leaned over, it cracked when I wanted to go back up. And the hospital told me everything was fine, but I didn't feel anything was fine because it really hurt. So that lady, she told me that when I had that accident, my ovaries had fallen and my uterus had moved a little, and that my back was really open. So if I were to get pregnant, I would actually have a miscarriage because my back was so open and it wasn't gonna hold the baby. So she massaged me, and after the massage was done, she put in the first injection, the first shot. And she told me I couldn't get up for about 2 days because of the massage, and that I couldn't even walk to the bathroom. My husband had to carry me, and everything felt really awkward for me. I was like, I'm gonna do all of this, not get up and be getting these shots for nothing. I wasn't sure that they were safe. I didn't even know, but I just wanted to get pregnant. So instead of going with my gut, I was just like, I'm gonna do this because I really want a baby. I got the shots, and the next 6 days I got the rest of the shots, and I actually got pregnant the next month. It didn't even take 2 or 3, it took 1 month and I was pregnant. The month I got pregnant, I actually did have a period, but it was implantation bleeding because it was only one day and it was a little bit. So they told me that it was probably implantation bleeding, and I didn't even know this. I thought I was just gonna have a light period and that I wasn't even gonna ovulate. I was really sad. I was like, these shots don't even work. They haven't even helped me. I was mad. Next month, I didn't get my period, and by that time, my husband was already getting dizzy. He was having, he was throwing up. He was having a lot of nausea. He didn't want to get up for work. He was always sleeping, and he's not that type of guy. He was always sleeping. He wanted chocolate ice cream day, morning, and night. He was having so much cravings. I always like to have pepper in my food and just eat it in bites with my food, and he hates that. He said he doesn't like the feeling of the seeds of the pepper in his mouth. He doesn't like chili. So week before I took the test, we went out to eat, and he got a burger with rice, and on the side they gave him chili. He just ate it, and he started eating it, and I stared at him like, what's wrong with you? You don't like this? And he's like, I it smells really good. I really want it. And I was like, okay. So I started thinking a little bit, because my cousins have had where their husband has the symptoms instead of them. It's weird, but I mean, I've seen it happen, and it happened to me and my husband. So I started getting a little bit curious. So a week after that, I woke up with really bad nausea. I felt really bad. I had a super metallic taste in my mouth, like if I had put a penny in my mouth. So I had a leftover test that I had there from some time ago. It was a digital one, and as soon as I took it, in less than a minute, it came back pregnant to 3 to 4 weeks. I couldn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I was like, this is a lie. This is not true. I went over to my best friend's house, and I told her, hey, dude, like, it came out positive. And she's like, well, you are. I was like, no, I'm not. She's like, let's go get more tests. So we ran to the store, and we got 2 more tests, and as soon as I did them, they popped up pregnant. And the other one, the line, we bought a digital one and a regular one, and the other one, the line, like, it went up like that. It was less than a minute, and it got pregnant super fast. I just couldn't believe it. So we set up a blood work in the hospital that same day. She works at the hospital, so that same day we got an appointment, and we went in, and they told me, congratulations, you're pregnant. They calculated it was about a month. I just couldn't believe it. The first thing in my head was to run outside and kneel down and thank God. That's what I thought to myself of doing. Even if I took the shots and they helped me, all I thought about was thanking God. So all I wanted to do at the time was run out the hospital, kneel down, and thank God for my pregnancy. I didn't even know how to tell my husband. I was so excited. I mean, after a year and a half of trying, like, finally we were pregnant in the first month after the shots. I was amazed. So I was planning how to tell my husband. I was actually gonna go sleep over at my friend's that weekend. I told my husband, you know what, I'm gonna have a girls' weekend. I'm gonna leave to my friend's house, but we were actually gonna plan how to tell him. He actually had a surprise for me, and my friend knew about it. He rented a cabin in Colorado Springs, and it was about 3 hours away from our home. And he was gonna take me there on a romantic getaway, and we were gonna try and conceive, but he didn't know I was already pregnant. I was kind of scared when he was driving over there, because I didn't even know where we were going, but I just started seeing mountains, and I got a little bit afraid. But when we got there, I felt good. I have a heart illness, and I was scared that I was gonna feel sick and it was gonna affect my pregnancy, so I was really scared. But when I got there, everything was fine. I felt okay, but I just couldn't go in the hot tub or anything that he wanted to do. I was just trying to keep it low, like little bit low. I just wanted to be in the cabin with him. So I was just like, I'm gonna tell him. It's the perfect weekend. I'm just gonna tell him before he tries to do something that I can't do, and I just have to say it in the wrong time. So we were one night, the second night there, we were around the bonfire, and it was a super nice night. There were stars all over the sky, and it was just romantic. So I just told him, I was like, you know what, I'm pregnant. And he's like, did you do a test at home? And I was like, no, I actually already did blood work, and I'm a month pregnant. He just hugged me. We hugged for the longest time. I mean, after waiting so much time, I was finally pregnant. And he said that he was actually thinking that we were, because everything he felt and all the symptoms. So we were super happy. It was the happiest moment of my life. A month after that, they called me and they told me that I was actually expecting 2 babies. And I just couldn't believe it. They sent me the pictures of the ultrasound, and they told me, but I thought, because I volunteer at the hospital, I thought they were just messing around with me. But they later sent me the pictures of the ultrasounds, and I just ran to my sister's and I told her, you know what, do you see 2 babies here? Like, are they playing with me? So I told my sister and my brother-in-law first, and then I went back home and I told my husband, and he was like, you're joking, you're joking. I was like, no, it's 2 babies. So we were super happy. My family was happy. I just mainly told my close family because I didn't really want to blurt it out to everyone. It was the happiest moment of my life, and it's hard talking about this because for women that have had miscarriages, you know how hard it is. And whenever you talk about this, all the feelings just pop back up. They flood, and you feel everything you felt at that time. You feel everything like if it was that exact day when it all went down. So it's really hard. But I know that by talking about this, I may help people get pregnant and get the baby that they want. So, and it's also, I mean, I haven't talked to this about the miscarriage or anything with my husband, with no one, because since it's happened, I just closed off, and I just make it seem like it didn't even happen, because it's something so hard to cope with. It's something really hard, and it's exactly why I picked my channel's name, because you learn to cope with everything that comes your way. So after about 4 months, I had a miscarriage. I lost my babies. They told me that my uterus was weak and they hadn't stuck well to my uterine wall, and that I was probably gonna have a miscarriage. I just had a little bit of bleeding, and when I went in, they couldn't find a heartbeat. I had actually heard the heartbeat already, even if I didn't really want to hear it without my husband there. But since I was volunteering at the hospital, they just told me that I should get it because I was having pain in my stomach, and my friends were like, let's just do one so you could see. And the heartbeat was there, was strong, and to go there and not hear anything anymore, it's the hardest thing ever. You're just hoping that you could hear it again, and when they don't find it and they just tell you we couldn't find a heartbeat anymore, it's the worst thing they could ever tell you. So it was really awful for me. For my husband, he hadn't heard the heartbeat, so I know it was tough on him, but for me, since I already heard it, and it was horrible not to hear it anymore. We had an appointment on October 10th to go and hear the heartbeat together, and the miscarriage happened before that, about a week before that. So he couldn't hear it anymore. I was devastated. But I know that it was God's plans, and I know his plans are better than mine, so I just need to trust that he did what he needed to do. And I haven't healed completely enough to where I want to use the method I use, the shots, the progesterone shots, or anything to help me get pregnant right now, because I'm not ready to go through that again. I'm really scared. So for any of you guys that want to try it, it really does help. Like I said, I got the shots and I got a massage. Also, my husband was drinking a tea. It's called Damiana tea. It's like Damien tea. I know they sell it at Mexican grocery stores, and you could find it there. You're just supposed to take 1 cup of tea, your husband, every night, and it helps with testosterone, and it helps with the sperm count. And it helps with, I don't know what else, I need to read the package, but it helps a lot for men, so they could conceive. So, I mean, not for the men to conceive, but for you guys to get pregnant. So it really helps. I don't know if that really increased our chances that month, but my husband was taking the tea, I was taking the shots, and I got the massage. That's all we did. After trying so many things, after a year and a half, We wanted to try something that was in our range, our money range, and that we could do at home. So for you, any of you guys that don't have enough money to go into the specialist or just want to get pregnant right now, you guys should totally try this. I got it from Mexico. It was only about $15. I haven't really searched for it here in the US, but if you guys want to look it up. There are progesterone shots called Cuerpo amarillo. I'm gonna leave a spell down in the description box. And if you guys have any questions, that's mostly what I used, and that's how I got the shots. If you guys have any questions, and if you guys try this and if you do get pregnant after waiting for a baby for some time, let me know. I really want to know. It's really amazing when you see someone struggling finally get pregnant. Like I said, my cousin was struggling for about 3 years, and when she did this, she got pregnant the first month. A friend of our family, she was waiting for about 10 years, and she was struggling so much, and when she finally had the shots, she got pregnant the same month. So it tells you that it's between 1 to 3 months, and if you don't get pregnant between that time, you get another set of shots. So you guys should try this if you've been waiting for a long time, and I really hope it helps you. And if it does, let me know. I'm gonna leave my email in the description box as well if you guys have any questions, and comment down below anything. And I really hope it works for you, and I'll be praying for you guys.